Boys and girls, it's Mrs. Yuvik, and today we're going to talk about and we're going to work on adding and subtracting three-digit numbers. So let's do some remembering here. If I have a number like 235, if I want to think about what that means, I have to think about the place value, the value of each one of those. Okay? If I was going to draw this using our hundreds, tens, and ones charts like we did before, I could start with the ones and I could draw 5 ones. If I look at the 3 here, I have 3 tens and I have 2 hundreds. Okay? If I were to think about that as an expanded form, I know that I have 200, 30, and 5. 5 in the ones, 30 in the tens, 200 in the hundreds. All right. Let's see. Oops, sorry. Okay, so now if I'm going to add some numbers, let's look at adding some numbers. I want to add the numbers 327 plus 200. There's several ways we can do that. One of the ways we can do that is using our hundreds, tens, and ones. If I think about 327, I'm going to have 7 ones. I'm going to have 2 tens and 3 hundreds. Okay. Now, if I want to add this number, 200, I'm just going to add, 2 to the hundreds. So now when I look at this, I'm still going to have 7 ones. I'm still going to have 2 tens or 20, but now I'm going to have 500. So if we look at the number 527, we're going to end up with our number 527. I could also use a number line like this. Okay, I'm going to start at 327. Now I want to add 200. Could I add 200? Could I add 1 200 times? I could. Could I add 10 20 times? I could. Could I add 100 twice? I could. That's the easiest way. So if I think about 327 and I add 100, what do I end up on? If you think about counting by tens, you end up at 427. If I add my second 100, what do I end up at? 527. Okay, not too tricky. Now, what if I want to add two numbers that both have hundreds, tens, and ones? I'm going to add 165 plus 146. Okay, what's one way we could do that? We could use hundreds, tens, and ones. So let's do that. Hundreds, tens, ones. All right, so I'm going to write my first number out. 100, 165. And that should be familiar. We did that with place value discs back in March. Goodness, back in March. Okay, so now I want to add the 146. To show you how I'm adding it, I'm going to change my color. And I'm going to add 100. I'm going to add 4 tens and ones. Okay, so now when I look at this and I add these together, we might have to do some moving and regrouping. So let's look at what we're going to do. Oops, sorry. All right, let's look here. What do we have here? We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 ones. Oh, goodness. I have 10 ones right here. 10 ones don't belong there. They belong over here, don't they? They do. So now let's take a look at this. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can't have 10 tens there. And we remember that 10 tens equals 100. So now if I look at what I have, I should end up with 300, 10, and 1. When I put that together, I should end up with 311. Okay, let's look at that on a number line. Okay, I'm going to start down here at 165. Now I can add the ones or the tens or the hundreds first. Sometimes I like to add the hundreds. I like to get the big ones out of the way. So if I add the 100, 165 is how much? 265. Okay, so now what do I have? I have 4 tens to add. So let's add the 10. We'll count by 10. 275, 285, 295, 305. All right, now each one of those was adding a 10. Okay, now we just need to add our ones. 306, 307, 308. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, and I count, and I'm going to end up at 311. Okay. Now, some of you who have been doing the up and down or the algorithm, you can do it the same way, and you'll see that it really matches our picture. 5 plus 6 is 11. There's my 1 right there, and here's my 10. Putting my 10 over here with the tens. So now I have 6 tens plus 4 tens plus 1 10. I have 11 tens, and I'm moving that 100 over. Okay, 3 different methods to get the same answer. Hundreds, tens, and ones place value, number lines, or the algorithm. Let's look at subtraction. Subtraction should not change much. All right, so let's go back to here. And let's talk about subtracting 100. Say that I have the number, oh goodness, 515, and I want to take away 200. Okay, let's do hundreds, tens, and ones. Hundreds, tens, ones. I like that thicker marker. All right, so 500, 110, 5 ones. All right, now I'm going to take some things away. How many am I going to take away? I have no ones, no tens, but I can take 200 away. Cross that out. When I look at that, I'm going to get 3 hundreds left, 110 and 1 5. I'm going to get 315 left. Okay, we can do a number line, but remember, because we're subtracting, we have to start on the other side because our numbers are going to get smaller. We're adding positive numbers, so our numbers are going to get smaller. All right, so I need to take 2 hundreds away. Let's take 100 away. 515 minus 100 is, you got it, 415. 415 minus another 100 gives me 315. Okay, same answer, 3 different strategies. All right, let's look at one more, friends. Let's look at one where we have to move some numbers around. Oops, sorry. All right, let's do another one. Let's say we have the number 325 minus 156. Let's think about how we'd want to do this. How are we going to do this? First of all, let's do it the place value method. Let's start with hundreds, tens, and ones. I'm going to draw out my first number, 325. Okay. Now, I want to take away a number. I want to take away 156. All right, so let's start with the ones. 156. I want to take away 6 ones. Do I have 6 ones in the ones? I have 5. So let's remember how we take a 10 and we move it over as 10 ones, because one group of 10 is the same as 10 ones. All right, so now I can take away 6. Let's take away blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Taking 6 away. How many do I have left? I have 9 left. All right, so now let's look at our tens. I have one group of 10 here. I want to take away 5 groups of 10. I want to take away 156. I want to take away those 5 groups of 10. I don't have 5 groups of 10. So I'm going to move some over. This time I'm going to move a group of 100. And we know that 100 is the same as 10 ones. So there we go. We have 10 ones now. Can I take 5 ones away? Sure. This one's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do I have left? I have 6 tens there. Okay. Now I need to take away one group of 100. What do I have? 1 left. So what do I have left? I have 100 plus 60 plus 9. I have 169. This one's a tricky one because you have to regroup twice. Okay. Way we can do this one on the number line, we're going to start at 325. Let's take away 100. Whoop, 100. If I count backwards from 325, 225. Let's get rid of this a little bit there. 225. Now I need to take away 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And I'll count backwards by tens. 220, 215, 205, 195, 185, 175. All right, now I'm going to take away those 6. I'm going to draw them first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I might think about this as 5 because I know that 170 minus 5 is 170, 160. Okay, so that's the number line method. The number line method didn't require that we move any tens or hundreds. We just